Hello and welcome into the Sorare Spotlight. I am Andrew Laird. You can find me as Lairdino on Sorare. Here today to talk about hot streaks, leaderboards, game week 67, I think it's 67, and all about Sorare, because that's what we do on Mondays. The game week is not over, and I know this because somebody was just messaging me about a very good score from Gianluca Busio that's going on right now. And I was like, oh yeah, that's still going. And I know we have some other competitions that are not closed yet. Some are done. And so we'll go through all of that stuff because that's just what we do here. The one thing I did want to touch on a little bit more this week, and I know we look at the kind of differences between hot streaks and leaderboards when it comes to MLS, J League, and K League. But once we get to those competitions, I would love to hear from people who are playing those and kind of deciding which ones to go on. Now, I only play K-League Rare Hot Streaks for the most part and MLS Limited Leaderboard. And this week, I mistakenly put my MLS lineup into the Hot Streak competition instead of Leaderboard. I would have won 500 essence. I didn't have a very good lineup. I would have had a 500 essence. I did not hit the first Hot Streak. And so that kind of made me start thinking, what am I doing here? Putting in the wrong lineup. But anyway, that's what we're going to go through today. Thanks everyone for coming in. We've got Alex, Carrie, and Sean on the podium. So congratulations to you three. Thanks so much for coming in. Let's dive in. So I did have some unfortunate finishes in some competitions that I really care about, but was able to get some hot streaks going, or at least improving in others. I missed out on Bundesliga and Ligue, which were quite crushing, to be honest. But I did get to the pass through the second streak, so going for the third next week in Challenger and Contender, and then I hit the first streak in K-League Rare, finally, with the lowered streak levels this week. And of course, I hit the original first streak level with my lineup. And again, we'll get to that. But let's see. Let's dive in. Actually, let's see what is still going on today. And that'll give us kind of a better indication of what's finishing up. So we have La Louvière and Dender playing today. I believe Ghent play later as well. There's Budo Glimt. There's Ghent Mechelen a little bit later. These times are all in my local time, which is Eastern Daylight Savings. So 12:30 p.m., which is 5:30 in the UK, 6:30 later. I swear this Fulham guy is on the MLS podium every week. He might be. Fulham has a lot of lineups everywhere. But I actually wasn't looking. Hold on. So we know Jupiler's still going on. That's a bunch of Contender with the championship and a little. Oh no, Evian, no. Oh, Hakan Evian on the bench. Oh, that's, man, that's frustrating. Happens right away. Look at that. But I had a very good, what I thought was good lineup going in All-Star Super Rare. This one right here. Got 100 from Erikai. Yeah. And Evian on the bench. 593. Which I feel like I was projected 24th can get as high as 7th. 7th would be a tier 1. 24th would be 1,000 essence. But we're going to need a lot more than 0. Anyway, Juve, Genoa today. Let's see, Swansea. Blah, blah, blah. Actually, it looks like Napoli, Milan. Yes, there's the La Liga match. Girona against Villarreal. And then Benfica also to play away to Casapia. There's the Trubinero led to goal that's bound to come. So we got most competitions are actually pretty well finished. And we obviously had no Prem this week. So there's nothing to review from the Premier League. So we've got, wow, these are big all of a sudden. How do I see the, okay. Ligue 1, did we decide Ligue 1 was done? I can't even really click into this. What is going on here? Here we go. I can't seem to click into any of these. See a little hard refresh. Maybe that'll work. Hard refresh always helps. All right, Ligue 1. Let's just make sure we're done. Yes, they're done. Okay. So first place, Grief Naikate, who he was come up, Thomas Araujo surprise DNP. David, is that actually happening, or you're expecting that? I feel like that's happening if you've said it like that. Anyway, Naikate was a popular set choice. Everybody was hoping for 100. He disappointed with a 90. But Grief Naikate, Quentin Merlin, classic Nantes card. How about that? Kvaratskhelia Ballon d'Or and Dembele Ballon d'Or. Beautiful lineup. 99 captain. Thomas Araujo out, confirmed. Let's see where I have Thomas Araujo, because I think I might have him in Hot Streaks, and actually I might not, now that I've said that out loud. Let's see. I do have a Benfica lineup. Baturina didn't start, captain. So where did I have Thomas Araujo? Did I have him in U20? I think I might have had him in in Arena somewhere. Injured yesterday in training. Okay. So I did not put him in U23. There's Alexander Ba. There's Thomas Araujo. Oh, that's a painful one. Actually, I already had a surprise Conan Ledesma DNP, actually. So, yeah. How about that? What are the blue border things with 100%? Where are we looking for that? I'm guessing it means that the player is starting the match that is coming up. I don't think I have any of those, though. Let's see. Blue border things with 100%. That's what I would guess. But I don't think I have anyone that's coming up yet. Anyway. And hello, Rick's moves. Anyway, so yeah, beautiful lineup here. 520.99 from Big Gipper. So PSG, Lyon, and Rennes, who won 4-3 away to Brest. Johnny Balshaw second with a very similar lineup here, but instead of Quentin Merlin, he had Hakan Haraldsson, who I had in a lineup and took out because I was like, oh, that's kind of a tough matchup against Lens, and it wasn't for Lille. Not at all. So that's 520.78, 0.21 points from first. Oof. And the ace of spades in third with also the same lineup, except meaning the same Grief, Naikate, Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, and Kvaratskhelia captain, but with Pierre-Emile Højbjerg instead. So let's see. Fourth place, same thing? No. Okay. Oh, there's Tyler Morton, who I hadn't set and didn't play. All right. Not bad. Not bad. Let's see. In rare, a Strasbourg stack with Kvaratskhelia. Penders, Gueladue, Samir El Morabet, Godo, and Kvaratskhelia captain. Haufen 519.62. Woo. 516.26. Pagistral with another full Strasbourg stack. Penders, Gueladue captain 86, El Morabet, Enciso, and Andrew. This is like a name that I can say if I don't like look at it to read it. And now that I've looked at it, I'm like Omo Bamadelli, something like that. But a fellow Andrew, so hello. But But that's a heck of a lineup with the Douay and Penders jersey mints. Love to see that. Math 67, Penders, Douay, El Morabet, Ousmane Dembele, and Godo. Oh, man, I have so many Strasbourg cards, and I don't have Godo. I don't have El Morabet, and so I don't have any good lineups. I think I split a bunch of them. Let's see. Ligue was right. Oop. So I had Penders. Barco didn't start. I had him. I do have 2 Douays. I played Douay in my PSG lineup. That didn't work. And then I captained him here, but I basically don't have enough for the guys. Streams from a Room said the guy in second limited lost out on 1K due to his XP. His players scored more points. Is that right? Let's see. Because first place had Merlin at 61 and Haraldson 72. Yeah, that's wild. And it's a classic Merlin too. Wow. Good shout. Never sleep on that. And then see, super rare. Penders, Douay, El Morabet, Enciso, and Tyler Morton. That's what Mike Lowry played. A lot of Strasbourg. Sucre, Anthony Lopez, no way. Oh, I had Lopez in set and didn't play him. Clinton Mata, Warren Zaire Emery, Kvarj Skelia, and Sinayoko. Another one I have in set and didn't play. God, I had all the plays. Oh. Cam, what's up? Good to see you. Live on a bank holiday, Monday. It's not really a bank holiday here, so we just keep plowing through here in America. Anyway, Cam said, was watching Deco and 50,000 rare essence makes me want to play MLS streaks far more for the essence problem is I can't save it. Yeah, I can't save it either. He didn't save it either. He won it in 1 game week, thanks to the Grand Prix. So technically, he can't really save it either. Also, shout out to Mike Lowry here, who got first and third. Holy. With a Lille stack, Ozer, Mandy, Bentaleb, Fernandez Pardo, and Romain Perrault. Wow. Wow. Sorry, I just got a notification about somebody being out for MLB, and I'm curious when the deadline is because I need that. 4 hours and 54 minutes. Plenty of time. But let's also set a reminder just in case. Sorare MLB lineups. Perfect. I guess we could actually see if I won anything too. Did we look at Sucre? We did. And then, yeah, Mike Lowry. Well done, Mike. So basically Strasbourg stack and Lille stack. So 4,120 for first place. Got an extra $120 for his vault, I guess. And then 1,000. Now that's awesome. Oh my gosh, and 6th. That is really, really impressive. Grief, Naikate, Tolizo, Lapal, and Mata. Wow. So Strasbourg stack with Morton, full Lille stack, and then a Lyon stack. I was going to say it's interesting that he moved Morton out, but it's because he had Lapal he needed to positional-wise. But that's awesome. That is really well done. Wow. Bundesliga surely finished as well because they never play Mondays, it seems like. Excuse me. Vincent 165 in first place here. Kobel, Grimaldo, Stiller, Maza, and Mittelstadt. So there's a whole lot to love in this lineup. One is he had a attacking midfielder and a defender against his goalkeeper because Mittelstadt and Stiller play for Stuttgart, who were home against Dortmund. Kobel is the Dortmund goalie. Grimaldo is a defender in a game where his team gave up 3 goals and he had 95 points. Obviously, the 2 goals helped. And then Maza drew a pen and scored a goal, scoring 89 in Bayer Leverkusen's 6-3 win. And I believe Grimaldo, who was on a hat trick, gave up the second penalty to Patrick Schick for some reason. So just monster scores here. Unfortunately, Tapsoba also had an error. Is that an error led to goal, or is that a penalty conceded? Excuse me. Scored a goal and conceded a penalty. So he only finished at 38. Grimaldo 95, Palacios 84, Maza 89. Maza, one of those players that that has midfielder and forward cards. But that's a wild lineup. Vincent proving that playing bad sometimes works. Kind of like that. Yeah. What's funny is that I think there was an expectation that there were going to be a lot of goals in this Stuttgart-Dortmund game, because a lot of people were like, there'll be goals in that one. And there were 0 goals for 93 minutes. And then Dortmund scored 2 in extra time. Mittelstadt 74, Stiller 67. Wow, Assignon 70. How did that happen? Clean sheet. He must have subbed off 72 minutes. Okay, so he got lucky. Oh, and I guess Mittelstadt got the clean sheet as well because he subbed off before. So they took off 2 defenders who were really wingbacks, late 88th minute and 72nd minute, and then conceded late. Seems bad. So that's 493.25. Bacola 92 with a Leverkusen stack of Flecken, Grimaldo, Palacios, Maza, and then Joshua Kimmich. Flecken with a 23, but everybody else pretty much made up for it. When you score 6 goals and 3 of your guys are involved in at least one, Palacios with excellent AA as well, 84 points. Let's see. He got 109 accurate passes, including 50 in the final third. Any MLS defenders you're high on, Laird? Like a decent quality one. I miss Wagner. We'll get into MLS in a little bit, but the short answer is not really, unfortunately. 465 is third place Kobel, Schlotterbeck. That's Nico, not the high scoring one. Kaminsky from Augsburg, Maza, and Grimaldo captain. I was so close to buying Grimaldo. Ugh, so close. But I didn't. And now my hot streak is dead. Let's see. Surprise 7, I'm going to read. 491, first place in rare. Kobel, Schlotterbeck, Lennart, Carl, who had 2 decisives and a yellow card, straight 70. Maza and Kimmich. Bayern with coming back to win 3-2. Olise did not start. Sporting Shamrocks 484. Speaking of Olise, this is Kobel, Schlotterbeck, Palacios, Grimaldo, and Olise. So Dortmund defensive stack away to Stuttgart. Bayer Leverkusen, I would call this an attacking stack. I know Grimaldo is a defender, but Grimaldo and Palacios, and then Olise, the one-off, getting an assist off the bench. 484. And X Kaboom X, Kobel, Schlotterbeck, Kimmich, Burkhardt, and Grimaldo. Wow, Burkhardt. Okay, nice Grimaldo cursed edition card, which is fun. And then a classic Kimmich. Do we see Kobel? Oh, we don't. Chief Bukare, the third, wins the Super Eredivisie. Martin van de Voort, Leipzig won 2-1. I think that goal was late, wasn't it? Or no? 94th minute. As somebody with Raum and Van de Voort, that is tilting. Although I had them in my Olise lineup. Let's see. What I've gotten there? Where did this lineup finish? Oh, no, that's this one right here. 342. I'm guessing this hits 400 if they don't concede in the 94th minute. Even with the Olise bailout assist. Ugh. Luis Diaz, a couple big chances missed, we think? No. How about that? Man, we were there. We were right there. Anyway, Van de Voort, Grimaldo, Palacios, Maza, and Kimmich in first place. Max M in second. Schwabi, Mittelstadt, Besta, Burkhart, and Grimaldo unique. And also the Nicholas Besta in-season unique. Grimaldo was a classic. So that 2,000 turned into 4,232 thanks to the two uniques. He also finished 10th in Bundesliga with an in-season Grimaldo unique and a classic Schlotterbeck unique. So that $400 became $446. Well played, Max. Belotus in third, Kobel, Grimaldo, Kimmich, Diaz, Schlotterbeck. In-season unique Schlotterbeck, which is, wow. You get that much of a bonus for uniques? What on earth? Yes, Cam, you get that much of a bonus, especially for in-season uniques, which is why people buy them. Classic uniques don't give out nearly as much, but they do allow you to get another classic card in. So this normally would pay 1,000, and he got more than double. 1,000 turned into 1,160. And also did this in Challenger, where 150 became 252 thanks to the classic uniques of Jackson, Muleka, and Pote. How about that? I was gone before all this happened. Wow, they've made super rare playable again. Yeah, super rare with uniques, like they basically combine them. There's no unique division now, but you get, massive reward. So it's just a reward boost. It's not a score boost, but you do get a massive reward boost with in-season uniques at least, which is fun to see. All right, so we know JPL is still going on. Eredivisie, is that done? Yes. Eredivisie with PSV fresh off of winning the title. And we've got PSV attacking stack here for Black Manfred. 542.98 wins the limited division. Gonzalo Cretas, Mats Dial, Sami Oisa, Ivan Perisic, and Ishmael Saibari, 100 captain. GG's there. The Iron Horse, 534 with Joel Dramel again. Another good score. Not quite as high as his recent highs, but I guess he had been struggling a little bit. But yeah, that many hundreds with a goalie is funny. Marvin Young, so that's the Sparta Rotterdam defensive stack. Sven Meinens, Jacob Briam, 97, and Saibari. This NEC coach is going to end up in the Prem, such a unique style. I don't know a thing about him, but I believe you because I have no reason not to. Ventu is third. Wellenruther, Watanabe, 76 in Feyenoord's 0-0 draw away to Volendam. Joey Veerman on the score sheet with an assist with an 80, Saibari 100, and Briam 87. It's a lot of Saibari captains here. But I guess when you score 100, you're going to be near the top. When was the last time he even scored 90? There's a 90. So that was game week 21. Is there a date quickly? No. But yeah, that's a heck of a time to captain him. But I guess no last man tackle for Watanabe. He's feeling okay. It probably happened and they were just like, it's been too many. Let's just settle down here. So is that 3 different goalies? Wellenruther, Dramel, and Gonzalo Cretats. NEC won 2-0 away to Excelsior, which isn't like crazy, but let's see. Yeah, the scores were like okay as a team. And then rare, Stan 70-10, Etienne Vason, another goalkeeper, Dies Jans, Joris Van Overeem, Victor Edvardsen, and Denso Cassius. So that's what, 568.5. That is a score and a half. Holy. There's Limpy, Dramel, Young, Veerman, Briam, Saibari. Is that the one we saw in limited? Dramel, Young, Veerman, Saibari, and Briam. Oh, no. Dramel Young. Oh, so it was Minens instead of Veerman. But it's nice to see someone with a Dutch flag on the podium in an Eredivisie competition. Go Ahead Eagles win 5-0. Of course, I have Melly Muhlenstein, who was the second lowest scoring player. David said XP again. Is it Vason, Yance? It's not the same team. Ramel, Morrow Jr., Veerman, Saibari, and Brium. So let's see. No, that was just higher scoring. I didn't look. David saying XP again. Is this raw scoring or is this one of the, like, I didn't really look because the lineups were different enough. Wait, hold on. Second and third, Veerman. Yeah, because Young outscored Mauro Jr. 567 and 561. Oh, Pierre D. Sorare Netherlands in fifth, Kritas, Van Rooy, Minen, Saibari, and Veerman. Joey Veerman, player I've never owned. I actually might have owned one in limited once, long time ago. All this XP and percentage bonus stuff on leaderboards is assuring me on my recent collection score purchases. Yeah, they're just super important. If you can make your cards more powerful, I understand why anybody does it. Dino Deals, first place, 686.62. Vason, Morrow Jr., Sven Minens, Mika Goetz, and Saibari. Morrow Jr. captain there. Vason, classic unique, so 2,500 is actually probably around $3,000. Let's see. 34.86. So an extra $986 thanks to the classic unique. And it looks like they were in fourth as well. Yep, there they are. With Dramel, Young, Veerman, Brium, and Jordan Boss. I bet this was their first lineup, not their second lineup. But because of the in-season Boz and in-season Dramel uniques, 400 became 1,190. That's a heck of a week. Invisible is in second. Wellenruther, Morrow Jr., Veerman, Goetz, and Brium. Now that's two uniques here as well. One classic, one limited. 1,200 becomes 2,539. More than doubled it because of the two uniques. They also finished seventh with a classic Wellenruther unique and a Trenskow unique. So 150 turned into 317, and it looked like that Trenskow was just purchased 5 days ago. Right into the lineup, already paying dividends. I've been playing MLS for 5 days, and I have basically all cards at 9% already. An extra 4% each adds up. All cards were bought at 5% this week off auctions. Love that. Trenskow is some player, by the way. Yeah, like he's had a heck of a season. Like that's pretty legit. 25-year-old Dane. Yeah. Well played. And then Oki in third, 673. Gonzalo Kritas, Cassius, Cody Sano, Saibari, and Sammy Owasa. So the NEC defensive stack. I'm sorry, midfielder stack with the goalie, and then Saibari and Cassius. It's kind of all over the place. I'm going to quickly look at La Liga, even though I know it's still going on. But what did we say the game was today? It wasn't Real Madrid or, Girona against Villarreal. So we'll see. We'll see. Augusto Battaglia, Florian Lejeune, Pedri Yamal, and Guido Rodriguez. Wow, Guido Rodriguez. what is this? 493.73. Yamal captain as the lowest scoring player in the lineup. The Lejeunes were all over Sorare set. The number of lineups I saw with him that were getting some sort of level was incredible. Condog 007, 492. Alex Ramiro, John Mikel, Aramboru. So Sociedad stack along with Carlos Soler, Martin Satriano, and Pablo Fornals. Who needs Barcelona and Madrid? Now, Barcelona did play Atletico Madrid, so that's probably not great. And Real Madrid had a pretty poor performance, but that can happen sometimes. And then there's the Florian Lejeune captain, Batalla, Lejeune, Edo Exposito, Federico Viñas, and Diego Llorente. It was the week of, this is the week where you could take advantage of, and Barcelona is going to do it again next week. They play Atletico Madrid again. No, not next week. They play Atletico Madrid midweek, and I forget who they play next weekend, Espanyol or something like that. And then Madrid again. Some of these lineups could be built for like 20 pounds. I believe it. Now, again, we have to preface it by you'll need XP and all this stuff. So likely not. Classic Lejeune, Classic Batalla. Let's call it $7. 4 days ago, he was $5. Wow. Let's see these other guys. Lejeune costs in season. Lejeune is secondary market, $7. You might be right here, Cam. Is that who said that? Yeah, Cam. Exposito, 243. I mean, he was kind of the worst scoring player in this lineup, right? Diego Llorente, $1.15. And Federico Viñas. You're not wrong, Cam. Viñas, 338. But last sale was 144. Wow. These are the weeks. These are the weeks you can take advantage. Berghuis, 474.64 wins rare, or is winning rare. Batalla, Lejeune, Pablo Fornals, Oyarzabal, 51, and Ander Barnechea. This week was a nightmare for me. Olise bench on streak 3. That's the same as me, Neil. Same as me. 498 in MLS leaderboard, though, so got 17th place. I'm surprised 498 got 17th because some of the MLS scores were insane. Second place, we've got a full Sociedad stack. Ramiro, Martin, Sergio Gomez, Oyarzabal, and Carlos Soler. That's John RL. And then Iker O2, another Sociedad stack. But John Mikel, Aramboru. 460, 460. Let's see. Soler. So Gomez, 50. Oops. Wait, John Mikel, Aramboru, 72. John Martin, 76. Yeah. So XP helped, but didn't determine it. Not bad. Not bad. Bet we see some pretty funky super rare ones. Batalla, Lejeune, his footy chump was the winner. Carlos Soler, Tony Martinez. Wow. And Federico Viñas. Tony Martinez, one of the first rewards I remember winning. Surabuji, Batalla, Lejeune, Pedri, Yamal, Oyarzabal. Pedri, classic unique. Gosh, look at that card. Surely they've had that card for a while. Oh, 8 months ago. Not bad. And then Fenechea, Severa, Lejeune, Classic, Alaves, Super Rare. It's a nice looking card, that blue on blue. Sergio Gomez, Tony Martinez, and Andre Rachu. Not bad. Let's look at the retro comp. This was the J League and K League one, excuse me, that required 3 of these special edition cards. And also one of the opportunities where you can win cash with J League and K League cards. So we have a full J League. No, I'm sorry. 3 J League, 2 K League. Gangwon won 3-0. Raysol won 3-0 as well. And what is that? Vissel Kobe won 4-1. So this lineup, Ryosuke Kojima from Raysol, along with Koga, who's kind of like the auto captain. Takahiro Ogihara from Vissel Kobe, 69 points there. And then Gangwon combo Lee Yu Hyung and Mo Jae Hyung, both 81. 491-16. And they won $500. Classic Dave, Osako, Arakai, and Sasaki. So the Sanfrecce defensive stack, and they actually lost 1-0. Leo Sierra, whose goal, I believe, came late. 96th minute penalty for the ultimate bailout. And then Savio with a 90 in Urawa's 3-2 loss. So this is all J League. Anyan! Osako, Arakai, Savio, Yuma Suzuki rare card, and Koga classic rare. That's a wild way to podium this competition for $150, but well done. I wasn't sure like what these cards went for. Like, what did this Osako go for? $23? All right. That's not bad. They're cool cards. I get it. Cam, I have no idea if those guys are related or not. I would assume not. And then AAA plus, $100. Umeda, Park Chol Woo, Lee Hyegyung, Mugosa, and Handa. So this is actually 3 K League, 2 J League. Love it. Love it. And nobody, let's see. Nobody using Anyan used a rare, right? So this in-season rare should have boosted Anyan's reward. 150. Let's see what Anyan actually won. $263. So because of the in-season Yuma Suzuki, which, let's see when he bought this. 5 days ago for $35. And then this Koga, so $35 for that one. And this one he bought $25, so $60. Got him an extra 113. So that seemed to work out. Anyan, way to be. Way to be. All right. There was someone, it was Challenger and Contender. Somebody, I think, wanted me to shout them out. I'll remember when we get there. All right. MLS. So the top of MLS streak competition was 559.22. And they were on the first streak level. Oh my gosh. Leaderboards, I'll try to compare them this way. Anyan, let's go. Congratulations, man. Let's see. MLS. Can I click it here? Yes, I can. Here we go. All right. So 573 and 559. So the top of the leaderboard of the, hot streaks would not have won. But first place in limited, Michael Kolodi, Osaze, Hirogide, Pep Biel, Hyungmin Sun, and Denny Boanga. Sun and Boanga ready to break out. Shout out to Sorare Deek. He specifically was like, I think this is the Sun and Boanga breakout game. And holy moly, did they break out. 7 decisives amongst them. 100 for both. They have broken out. Patreon.com/DeekFC if you want to get ahead on MLS. The Revs defensive stack of Matt Turner and Mamadou Fofana get to 559 at the top of the streak leaderboard. Diego Luna, Heung-min Son, and Sergi Palencia get there as well. It looks like MLS was so high scoring that 61 people shared in the Grand Prix, 3,278 essence per. That is absolutely wild. 559 would have finished second in the leaderboard. We have Lloris, Mikhail, Carlos Heel, Messi, and Son. Messi captain. So this one $595 for 538 points. And then G1 Gamma swap cards 120% buying bundles and galleries to receive counteroffers 7.01. Takeoka, Mikhail, Berhalter, Son, and Messi. Third place $360. Wow, it's an old Sorare Data logo. Love that. And there's Neil, who was just here. Lloris, Palencia, Gil, Messi, Son. Sheesh. $32. And then here's the those leaderboards as well. Let's go to Rare. See what we can see. I'm going to have to go back, aren't I? Let's see. Rare. Lobby. MLS. I bought a Zimmerman and made the mistake of telling Harry he blamed the -30 AA heavily on me. We need to blame someone. So it sounds like it's you, Cam. Let's see. Full leaderboard for Rare. Nimble 564.18 won it. There are 3 lineups in the Hot Streak leaderboard that would have won it. So this is Insanity ITA, Lloris, Palencia, Berhalter, Son, and Bawanga. 14 people hit the Grand Prix in Rare. 3,500 XP essence paid out. McBride hit the 5th streak according to Neil, where I thought I saw that. Here's McBride. Lloris, Porteous, Gil, Son, Messi. That feels like a lineup that should be able to get there. So not GG's to McBride. Second place, 555, full LAFC stack. Lloris, Porteous, Delgado, Mark Delgado, Bawanga, and Son. I mean, when you can get 200s from a team stack, I'm guessing it's going to be pretty positive. Messi, Son. Oh, so no Bawanga here. Could have played a classic Bawanga midfielder card. Lloris and Porteous. LAFC wins 6-0 at home against Orlando. We got a couple others that we all know. QTN, Predictology. What did QTN play? Andrew Thomas, Jackson Reagan. Seattle won 1-0 away to Houston. Carlos Heel, and then Bawanga Jersey Mint. That's fun. And Son. Oh, there's a Prank C lineup. 18th with Lloris, Classic Super Rare, Porteous, Gil, Delgado, and Messi. Not bad. Not bad. And then let's see. We do have Super Rare. Can I even get there? Of course I can. And then Super Rare Hot Streaks leaderboard. Sweden is first at 583. Hey, Eagle. Hey, Eagle. Let's go. Did you see Zaha got his 5th yellow card in 6 games? I did not see that, but I did see a kind of a press conference with him the other day that was essentially like all he does is get kicked, and then he complains about getting kicked, and they give him yellow cards. So this is way different. It seems like people are definitely playing Super Rare for leaderboard. 583 was the top Hot Streak lineup, and that would have finished 7th in the leaderboard. Behab is there. Shout out Behab. Is this Sounder? Oh, no. John Bond, Mikhail, Rodrigo de Paul, classic, unique, Messi, and Tafari. Wow. But hey, Eagle FN, GG's. He's got Lloris, Andy Nahar, classic, unique, Paxton Aronson, Messi, and Thomas Muller, who had 80 with one goal. Wow. And a big chance created. Could have been more. 5 attempted assists. Wow. Orange Fly, there we go. 523, 2 lineups here. I see Takayoko, Woldazedi, Aronson, Gozo, and Mehmeti. And he also had Daniel, Mickey Yamain, Keaton Parks. That's 2 in-season uniques, Tofolo and Sun. Love that. But let's see the top lineup here. Dane St. Clair, Tafari, Bo Leroux, Palencia, and Wessem Abu Ali. I don't know who any of these people are. Thankfully, Swedian does. And hit the first hot streak. Oh, and was the only one to get the Grand Prix. 5,000 extra essence. We love to see it. Let's see. Can we do J-League this way? Surely we can. Let's go to limited, though. Here's J-League. And J-League limited. Perfect. You cannot play in this competition. Wow. So harsh. It's because I don't have any cards. Pierre D, who we saw earlier somewhere. First place on the Streaks leaderboard, Osako, Erikai, Savio, Sierra, and Koga. That's the first hot streak and was one of 4 people to hit the Grand Prix. So taking home an extra 25,000 essence, that is. 469.11 won the leaderboard, which won 52,000 essence. I think it's normally 50,000 essence, isn't it? Yeah, got an extra 2,500. Kojima, Koga, so the Race All defensive stack, along with Nakagawa, and then Savio, Captain 90, and Dennis Humet, who I've never heard of. And again, that doesn't mean anything. Do we have anyone who did both of these? I'm trying to compare them side by side. I don't see any. No. But 491 would have actually, wow. Okay. So the entire top 10 on the streak leaderboard would have won the regular leaderboard. So let's see where they were. Pierre, that's the first hot streak. First hot streak. Wait, why did he? Wait a minute. 1, 2,000 essence, 500 essence. Why is that different? It's a lot of first hot streaks, if that's what it is. This looks like or is that, oh, that's just the number of lineups. That's what it is. Number of lineups that hit the hot streak because they had the additive ones. I can't click through on that one. But anyway, some decently high scores in the J-League. Let's go to rare. Oop. Lobby, J-League. Here we go. Sorry, I just had a... All right. I'm also not allowed to play this one. I mean, like allowed to, but I just have to buy cards. So 516.63 won 30,000 rare essence. Kojima, Koga, Savio, Sierra, and Alexander Schultz, 65 in a clean sheet against Makita. 536 wins the streak leaderboard. Higashiguchi, Nagato, Ideguchi, Sierra, and Erikai. How has Higashiguchi been? I feel like he's been very good. It seems like the definition of up and down, with a 96 thrown in there as well. So let's see how many. So 516. So the top three in going for streaks would have won the leaderboard. There's Fulham again. Not bad. And then can we do, no, trying to get to super rare quickly. So Akane gets the leaderboard 661.27, which would have won the leaderboard. Kojima, Koga, Captain, Savio, Sierra, and Schultz. That's the one of tens of these two guys. And top here, so this, 661, and then here won $1,800. Kojima, Koga, Savio, in-season unique, Fuji, and Sierra. So actually this one won a little more because of that in-season unique. So instead of $1,000, it won $1,814. 1,000. So an extra $814 thanks to the in-season Savio unique, which must have been purchased last week, right? Because it's this cool retro edition. Yeah, 4 days ago. 4 days ago for $855. And what did we say how much more did they win? $855, and they won $814 extra. That's how you do it, man. Here's Akane down here. Oh, my good friend Nanzo. Tani, Nakayama, Shuto, Abe, Hummett, and Savio. This one's going to pay a lot, or a lot more than what we saw. So this should pay 484, or is that the new? Yeah, 480. That can't be right. It should pay 500. Nope. J League. Here we go. Should pay 150, but actually paid 484 because of the two classic uniques and the in-season unique. Spoiler here, but he also finished second in K-League unique. K-League super rare, excuse me. Kim Daewon and Oliveira classic uniques. And speaking of the K-League, let's check it out. Let's see, limited, and we'll go to K-League. K1 in season, there we go. We did see scoring pick up a little bit now that they lowered hot streaks. So 464, wow, 464, the highest hot streak. Huang In Jae, Cho Wee Jae from Jombok, wow. Seo Jae Min, who I actually have and didn't play anywhere. Patrick Klimala with a goal for Seoul, and then Marco Tucci, 99 for Gangwon. Gangwon just scored a ton. We had Park Chan-hyo, the goalie at 60, Tucci 99, Sung Jung Seok with 70, Mo Jae-hyung and Lee Loo-hyung 81s as we saw earlier, and then no way, Cho Byung-chan. That's not actually. Is this the guy? I do have his card. Man. Came off the bench, didn't play, came off the bench, then starts and gets two decisives. Good to know I have it, I guess. Pranksy has an MLS Super Rare lineup with 5 uniques that won $3,000 and was supposed to win $700. I missed that one. Probably because 700 is not a top thing. So this lineup, right? Oh, we finished third. Did I not look at super rare? Huh. Did we not look at this? Oh, wait, no, it's leaderboards. Hold on. My apologies. I shouldn't have skipped that. Super rare, lobby, MLS. Hey Eagle, 6 Hemps. You're right. I don't think we looked into it. I just shouted out Hey Eagle with Lloris, Nahar, Aronson, Messi, and Muller. He does have a classic unique there. So I guess we could see what 300 turns into. 6 Hemps had Lloris, Daniel Mooney, Gil, Unique, Messi, and Boanga. So this is two in-season uniques and a classic uniques. Everybody won more with an MLS. Holy. And Pranksy with this one. To be fair, when you have a unique Messi, you deserve to get that much of a bonus. In fair, I mean, he only has the classic Messi. But Hey Eagle won an extra $500 because of the Andy Nahar unique. Lloris, Nahar, Aronson, Messi, Muller. 6 Hemps. Second place turned 1250 into 3,689 because of the in-season Lloris, in-season Mooney, and classic Carlos Heel. They also finished fourth in Jupiler, 300 into 571, thanks to some uniques. And then, yeah, the Pranksy lineup here. In-season Heung-min Son Tottenham card, classic Messi, classic Marky Delgado, in-season Blackman and Takeoka. So, yeah, 700 turns into 3,192. Apologies to 6 Hemps and Pranksy for not checking those out before. Okay. So let's see. MLaws 98, 413 won the 50,000 essence. SBK, Park Chol Woo, Mateus Oliveira, Lee Ho Jae, and Cho Young Wook, who didn't even score. So we had nobody over 77. 77, the highest score in this lineup. And it won 50,000 essence plus some for the vault. Stan Schaefer second. Kim Dong-jun, Julian Celestine, which is the Jeju defensive stack. Seo Jae-min, Mo Jae-hyun, and Park Chan-young. I didn't mean to click there. Park Chan-young, actually a pretty bad game score-wise with Pohang winning. So that's 25,000 essence that turned into 27,750 for 409 points. And then Gronveld Magic won 12,000 essence with Park Chung-hyo, Park Chol Woo, Lee Myung-jo 100. Wow, 100. Kim Dae-won and Gerso. Incheon had a 100-point score, huh? What made him score so much? Just kind of like did a little of everything. 2 decisives helps as well, but 30 AA is nothing to laugh at. Surely there's a reason why I can't change scarcities there, but it would be a lot easier if I could. Like this one. Yorkie Will second. Oh my word, Yorkie. SBK, Kim Tae-hwan, so the Jombok defensive stack at home against Ulsan. And then the Jeju stack of Emerson and Kim Ryung-seung, and Lee Yu-hyun from Gangwon. But 514.56, which was the highest score in either leaderboard. MLS Sorare Scout showing it's not just MLS that they know. 30,000 rare essence. Park Chung-hyo, Marco Tucci, Oberdon, 60. Stefan Mugosa, who just can't stop scoring, and Lee Yu Hyun. Mugosa, who everybody's good friend Mike Baston said was the next Cecilia, has scored in every game he's played this season, and now plays Ulsan, which is tough timing to keep that going. So that was what? First place. Sutonio in second. Hwang In-jae, Marco Tucci, Babek, who was actually quite disappointing for Seoul, Mo Jae-hyun, and Cho Hyun Take. T Price, that's my lineup, MLS Sorare Scout. That is your lineup. I feel like you have to change your name, though. K-League Scout. Sorry. K-League Sorare Scout. And then third place, Ewan Muir, SBK, Woo In Su, to the little Fire Special Edition card. Park Tae-jun, whose picture we still don't have. Cho Young-wook and Mo Jae-hyun. I'm trying to think. So let's see. I went all hot streaks this week. I did not do any leaderboards. And I did hit the hot streak, but let's see. Let's do the old what could Andrew have won. 391 was my top lineup. So I would have finished 14th, excuse me, which would have paid 1,500 essence. For that lineup, 352. Yeah, not good enough. 352 would have finished just ahead of Sorare Seoul. Literally just ahead of him. So I would have finished 41st for another 750 essence. And then 260, yeah, these two. This one was frustrating. I had 8 points to the new target. I'm not sure I could have done anything differently. Yeah, Park Chan-young, what a terrible score. Just losing duels left and right. Disappointing. 70 accurate passes, but none really in this final third. Not that he should get a ton. Kim Moon-hwan didn't start. There's Mo Jae-hyun. Yeah, man. That difference right there, and we're cooking. I think I tried to play it safer with Oberdon, and then, of course, Mo Jae-hyun gets 21 AA. 3 shots on goal. Bummer, dude. All right, let's see. We got that one. We still have... I know we still have Challenger and Contender playing, but we can at least look... I lost one of my card rewards. Oh, we're back to this now. We'll just go this way. All right. So current winner of Challenger, Jean Boutez, 97. 97 for Boutez. Is there a better goalie in the game? Genuinely. Is there a better one? Anyway, Andres Andrade, 100. Mark Leonard, 65. Moses Usor, 95. And Elliot Watt, 86. Who was the cat? Wow, Mark Leonard, captain. T-Tony, 1899, currently winning with by far the worst captain, hindsight-wise. Dudav has Salinger, Andrade, Dario Osorio, Tremidi, and Shanklin. Another one who captained the lowest scoring guy. And Sorare Diabacker, Olafson, Andrade, Bidstrup, Usor, and Osorio. Olofsson getting the penalty save despite conceding twice for the nice little bailout in that respect. And then rare. Olofsson, Madsbeck, Osorio, Yang Hyung-jun, and Simsir. Man, it's funny to see a Midtjylland stack at the top here when they concede, like a defensive stack when they conceded twice. Simsir wasn't on to play, and then of course plays 70 something minutes, 72 minutes, and gets 2 decisives. Great captain with Osorio there. Banzai has Lucas, Youngworth, Andrade, Raskin, Nygren, and Çalhanoğlu. Çalhanoğlu who had 100 away to Roma. No, I'm sorry, home against Roma. I had him somewhere. Probably in a challenger lineup. Yeah, there you go. With Usor. Oh, I still have Otamendi captain today. That could be fun. And then Luigi, Salinger, Ohora, Zukic, Usor, and Nyakate from Braga, who won 1-0. Whoops, sorry. Didn't mean to switch there. Oh, boy. There we go. No, I did mean to switch. How about that? Was that a Butez? Look at that card. Butez Classic Unique from the original season. What a card that is. And I know Il Fenomeno has been around for a while, so I bet it's possible 6 years ago. 76,925 XP. And now, so they bought this card. They got this card on May 15th, 2020. And nearly 6 years later, here it is, possibly helping them to win $2,500. Actually, more. Andres Andrade, in-season unique, Cameron Devlin, Maxi Araujo, and Nygren. Nygren Classic. But we've got 2 uniques in here, and you know what that means. It means $2,500 becomes $5,280. Love it. Love to see it. Kanzler second, Rui Silva, who conceded twice, Madsbeck Sorensen, who conceded twice, Pote, whose team conceded twice, and then Yang Hyung-jun and Andres Andrade. 100. Pote captain there. Poker Trader in third, Jan Sommer, Manuel Akanji. So the interstack, N'Golo Kante, Yang, and Guendouzi. And that Fener Besiktas was 1-0, huh? Ederson. I probably would have played Skriniar. Maybe Dorgalis. Definitely Talisca. Akturgalu didn't start, but got a goal. Fred 61 off the... Wow. 61, 26 AA in... 66 minutes. Somebody get hurt? Yes. Oh, Asensio got hurt. Okay. Okay. And that's the Yang Classic Unique. Quick look at contender. Simon, Getz, Leopold, Attic, and Vidovic, excuse me. I have 4 of these guys that I absolutely could have played together in a lineup. I was too scared to play Simon, though. Or did I play Simon and Getz together? I feel like I didn't play Getz with him. Simon. Somehow I played Getz and Kurda instead of Handworker. But Simon, Leopold, Budo glimped up 2-0. Is Evian in yet? Oh, man. Why is Evian not playing? And nobody knows why he's not playing. Ugh. But thankfully, 490 here I scored in Division 3. I did have a Division 1, 418. So I think I needed 380 for the streak. Got it twice. But Simon gets... I probably would play Kurta. I mean, Bauer, Kurta, and... Yeah, I don't know what happened here. I definitely split Leopold from the other guys because I like the Dynamo matchup better. Dynamo and Zaj and Barco. And of course, Leopold gets 80 without a decisive. But anyway. So FC Ronneburg saw that. Second place, IQ Habit, Ernst, Leisner, Leopold, Vidovic, and Misic, 83. 7-0. Dominguez and McKenna. Oh, yeah, no Livakovic. I forgot about that. Zaj, 80. Beljo, 80. Vidovic, 90. Stojkovic, 100. Man, everybody eats. But the defensive stack was actually like the popular defensive stack of, well, it would have been Livakovic, whatever we say, McKenna and Dominguez were the lowest scoring ones. Man. Schubaster, there's, Jowan. Koto did play. Stojkovic, Beljo, and Atik, maybe. Schwaberman winning rare, Jowan, Derry John Merkin from Derby. Why not? Leopold, Attic, and Luza. Oh, Luza 100. Was that today or was that the first game? Can I not? I can't see it. Okay. I believe Harry and I told somebody to captain Luza on the deadline show on Friday. So Kabarenko, Enzo Basilio, Bruno Goda, Stojkovic, Vidovic, and Misic. So the Zagreb stack with Enzo Basilio from Nancy. And Line Lino, Ernst, Rohr, Leopold, Attic, and Luza. I think I said his name three different ways, 3 different times. Not bad there. So Alberto 0-0. Ernst in super rare. Matheson 70. Of course he gets a decisive. Barco, Attic, and Reese. Why did I think Reese? Oh, he did play 90. Oh, that match was like suspended for a little bit, right? And then came back. Matheson 79. What did Ryman score? 48. I have a Magdeburg stack. Ryman, Matheson, Attic. I feel like there was somebody else. Huguenet, who seems to have stopped playing. Vanessa, Simon, Zlomisic, Orek, Stojkovic, Beljo, and Vidovic, with the in-season unique Vidovic. And I always read that as unemployed, but it's like Mipiam, something like that. Jowan, Dominguez, Stojkovic with the, Attic and Zaj. Stojkovic with the old school. So people who were not here for the 2023-24 season, the font of the position changed midway through the season. So they had this font originally and everybody hated it. And so they changed it to what is on most of the cards, but it's actually quite funny to see that. I wonder if we can see them side by side. Oh no, it's this season. It's the only one. Wow. And he only has 4 rares. Whoops, hold on. Wow. Wow, and they didn't change any of them. So the 2022-23 season, I show that. The font was awful, yeah. David said, I have him, but the Reese assist should have been retired. Clearly an own goal. Oh, shh, don't tell anyone. Make sure I'll do it on the rare ones. They're more exciting. 2023-24. And can I sort this by... Let's do it this way. Maybe they did it before all the Yamals came out. Maybe Hans, like JPL's usually early. Yorkie, I was going to bid on. I actually, I don't know if I'm actually bidding on more J League, but I'm like tracking some. Nope, it's 23-24. They fixed these too. I wonder if they went back and fixed them all. But they missed that other one. They missed Stojkovic. Anyway. I'll quickly look at Champ. Why not? Drunkard Eagles wins or is winning Champ right now. Alex Ramiro, Grimaldo, Hakimi, Kvaratskhelia, Angelo Stiller, Marcus Thuram, and Burkhart. Wow. I want to shout out this Angelo Stiller card for a quick second because I mentioned this in the Laird Social Club Discord yesterday. Laird Social Club is my Patreon. If you are interested in more Sorare content, I have a Sorare channel called Sorare with Laird and a Patreon that helps support that. So we have memberships as low as $5 a month. But I was looking at this Stiller card and came up with this or came upon the Hoffenheim 2021-22 collection. And I was like, man, there are actually some reasonably good players here. And I feel bad that I call up Oliver Baumann first, which I don't really need to, but he is the current Hoffenheim keeper. But they also have Nahuel Knoll, who is the Hanover keeper right now. This is his rookie card. Justin Che, who was crushing it in MLS for the Red Bulls before he got injured. We have David Raum, who's at Leipzig right now. Stiller, obviously, who is at Stuttgart. We have Tom Bischoff, who is at Bayern Munich, and this is his rookie card. Florian Grillitsch, and there was somebody else, Andre Kramaric, and Jorginho Rutter, if you're interested in him as well. And it's like, this is a sneaky good collection, just in terms of getting players that are now useful elsewhere. But that's a monster lineup. Kvaratskhelia captain. So rare, Meyer is winning rare. David De Gea, 93 in Fiorentina's 1-0 win away to Verona. Grimaldo, Lejeune, Zielinski, Højbjerg, Dembele, and Kalulu. Wow. Those are some lineups. And then super rare. We've got Ult is winning this one. Trent in second by 40 points. Kobel, Schlotterbeck, Grimaldo, Carlos Soler, Kvaratskhelia with the Ruben Kazan. Wow. Anthony and Dembele. Look at that. I've been meaning to get one of these. I saw Trent sold a rare recently. When did he get this card? 10 months ago. Kvaratskhelia, Leao, Koundé. Oh, my word. Who did he do this deal with? Oh, very nice. Love this card. But anyway, Anthony, the disappointment here. So Grimaldo, captain. Well done. Trent, how did you do here? Zetterer, Grimaldo, Orban, Kimmich, Golovin, Dembele, and Naikate. And then winner of Unique is Nanzo, Marco Dimitrovic, Tapsoba, Nico Elvedi, Ishmael Kone, Frank Honorat, Issa Sumare, and Mittelstadt. I'm second in Ligue on Div 3. This is what no Prem does to me. Oh, no. Where are we? Ligue on Rare. Div 3. There you are, Yorkie. Kofi, Omombedale, Haroldson, Ajork, and Matias Fernandez Pardo. Are you trying to play? Have you been playing Ligue 1? Or did you just get these cards? Did you craft them? What made you do all this, Yorkie? Bought 6 months ago. Oh, okay, so you've been playing. I have terribly. Oh, okay. A month ago. All right. But hey, now you're in Div 2. Let's go. Just working your way up. I get it. In fact, better late than never. Anyway. All right. Let's just see. I get curious. I don't usually look at the classic comps, but I get curious. Noisy Neighbor wins under 23 limited. Penders, Due, Sabi, Stojkovic, Zolis, Briam, and Sergio Arribas. Why not? Rare. Youngdahl. Oh, QTN. Youngdahl, Bayram. So the Westerlo defensive stack. Nasser Jigba. No, Jijga. Zekiel, Alarcon, Sabi, and Kamara. I've literally never heard of these guys. 3 of them. Never. But now they're winning. Oh, wait, this guy's 5th with Myron Van Brederode sneaking back. So what is that? Van Brederode, the 35 already counts. Just been playing Lille stacks. This was the week for the Lille stack, Yorkie. And you even play one there? Anyway, so this is what, 26 points away? Excuse me, 36 points away. So Van Brederode probably needs a decisive there. Super Rare U23 11 11 11 has Ferry, Sabi, Jantz, Brian Gutierrez off the bench, Osorio, and then the NEC combo of Sammy Oisa, I don't know, and Basar Onal. That's winning a star super rare. And there's a Yamal left. There's a Jude left, Diamande, Verts. Wow. Some bangers left. And Tavon Gray, excuse me. But there's also Unique. Mike Basson just dropping in to say hi. Oh, thanks for doing so. Away for a short break. Harry and Dobbsy won't like where I am. If you know, you know. Ooh, I know. I won't dox you though, Mike. Sorry, Super Scosmo wins Unique, or is winning Unique. Nozawa, Ordonez, Smets, Baturina, Stojkovic, Kunchensau, and Sabi. Kunchensau playing right now with an assist. Juve up 2-0 early. Yildiz doing nothing. McKennie goal and a Bremer goal. Oh, there's Justin Bilo. And Baturina came off the bench. Disappointing, but nailed the captain. Nailed the captain there. All right, quick look at All-Star. Let's see how ridiculous these lineups are. Guillaume 056, Butez, Grimaldo, Mauro Jr., Dan Heymans, Enzo Leopold, Briam, and Golovin. It's actually kind of reasonable. 721.97. 721. My goodness, that is a lot of points. Rare, 739. Hugo Lloris, France card. Nat Phillips, Liverpool card. Omar Saleh, is he at Como? He's at Udinese, getting 100. Van Aken, first-year card. Vonnetzek, Messi, Lorenzo Insigne, get out. With a big chance missed. 38 all around with a big chance missed. Wow. When it rains, it pours. Basically, like when he scores. Wow. I'm not about to start buying a Lorenzo Insigne, but man. That's what happens, I guess, when you play at a level that you're above. Invisible is winning. Holy moly. 771. They're also in fourth place. Lunin, Morrow Jr., Watanabe, Veerman, Zolas, Saibari, and Minen. So basically an Eredivisie, Eredivisie classic lineup with Andre Lunin, who lost. Here's Matsuyama, Nishikawa, Koga, Fuji, Boanga, Vanaken, Sierra, and Arakai. Invisible also finished fourth. Wellenruther, Morrow Jr., Marcos Lopez, Veerman, Goetz, Mbappe, and Minen. So another, so an Eredivisie, 6 Eredivisie players and Mbappe, as opposed to these 6 Eredivisie players and Lunin. I feel like they had a pretty good game week. Second in Eredivisie in season, super rare. 7th as well. First in All-Star. 4th in All-Star, super rare. 5th in All-Star, unique. 11th in All-Star, rare. 33rd in, wow, Eredivisie, super, wow. There's just a lot going on here. It's basically just like the Eredivisie and then, like, look at this lineup. Wellenruther, Morrow Jr., Marcos Lopez, he's actually in Denmark now, Veerman, Saibari, and then Mbappe Kimmich. Oh, it's in Division 2. How does a gallery like this have a Division 2 lineup? Anyway, and then unique. Fractals wins. Kim Dong-jun from Jeju, Zhao Victor, Jen Shoji, Hanen, Misic, Atik, and Peter Musa. Wow. Wow. So that's all the competitions. Literally. I'm curious, like the thing that I wanted to discuss today, and I'd love anyone in the live chat to kind of talk about this. For the people who are playing MLS, J League, and K League, particularly, how you're going about Hot Streak versus Leaderboard, what you're prioritizing, what you built for, whether you built for all of them, and you're just kind of like where you are with that. And for those of you who are not playing those competitions, but have seen what is coming, presumably from, like, we don't know that they're going to do this, but Nicola tweeted something the other day, essentially intimating that it was going to happen. And so, yeah, genuinely curious how you guys are doing this. Neil said, I put my best into the cash leaderboard, but I have 4 MLS teams. Right. So in limited, you can have one lineup in the leaderboard and then everything else in streaks. And then in rare, you can have 2 leaderboard lineups. So yeah, Neil, it was something in reference to something that Harry actually tweeted, basically about how Sorare set was predicting Sorare set was going to be the basis for Sorare 27. And so I think that includes kind of just a very important PvE part of it. and a separation from the leaderboard. And I think it's from what I've seen, feedback wise, just kind of in my own communities or on Twitter, which I know is not like a representative opinion base for the entire platform, but enough people really like the split. And in theory, I like it a lot too. And I say in theory, but it's one of the biggest things that I think went missing from Sorare for a while was essentially contest prioritization. And that used to be a big thing back in the day when All-Star was so good and we had Rare Pro, which was their Rare Plus, and basically like, where do I play my best cards? And in the current European setup, Sorare 26, where leaderboards and hot streaks are combined, it's like, all right, let me just put my best cards in here. And it feels a little more set and forget, which some people really like, but I appreciate that it doesn't always lead to the most dynamic of decision-making processes. And that's kind of a big part of what Sorare was. And for the whole platform, it kind of made sense. Yorkie said, I prioritize leaderboard, streaks second, and I can run 6 lineups. So Yorkie, your best K-League lineup is in leaderboard? Neil said, you think they will take away the pro side and just go all set? No, heavens no. No. I don't think that at all. But I think we'll see some part of the some part of the set gameplay being introduced to pro. Bit off topic. I'm looking to do a J-League team, but why is FC Tokyo in bundles? So all of the J-League cards were in bundles to start, and most of them were able to get out of bundles, but I think it's part of the license agreement with the teams that something about it that FC Tokyo prefers to have their cards sold in bundles. And so I think the option is either don't sell the cards or sell them in bundles, and so they choose to sell them in bundles. So that's why, Neil. Yorkie said, I hate it, but I could be wrong. I would need to see the rewards in Prem next season and how they are weighted. Yorkie, you hate the having to make the decision of leaderboard or streaks? You just want to have it all? Right, the ones we think are the best go into leaderboard, yeah. How successful have we been with actually choosing those players? Yeah, so like the split, yeah, I don't know how, like from a reward standpoint, I wouldn't know the first thing of how they determine how they split it. But, oh yeah, we do have European champions this week. But I'm just kind of like thinking about it in that respect of if they keep what I think has been a fairly positive response to it, to the split, will they keep going? I guess I got a PSG stack here. Do I play the full stack? Or do I split it with Bayern? Bayern away to Madrid. And actually Kimmich, and I can play Hakim. This seems like a pretty good lineup, no? Safonov, Hakimi, Vitinha, Olise, Kimmich. Let's go. Yeah, because like for MLS, I pretty much only have the one limited lineup. I'm barely playing MLS. And for K-League, I keep going back and forth. And the reason why I stuck mostly with leaderboard is my interest in competing for cash. And cash is and it's not the first step, but obviously I now just have to score 400 next week for $20 and then 420 points for $100 instead of reducing them. But and there's no cash in the K-League leaderboard. And so I'm just not sure kind of like where to go. Almost Real said, I changed my MLS rare team from streaks to leaderboard last minute. It ended up finishing 5th instead of 1st on the streak. So first off, congratulations. That is very impressive. So you went MLS rare team from streaks to leaderboard. So almost reals. Let's see where you were. MLS, you said 5th place. Tom Word, is this you? Almost reals. Brady, Michael, Joaquin Pereira, Gozo, and Arfston. So many away players. Not so many, it's 2. That's a great lineup. Where do I find the J League streaks? The J League streaks are just the pro. Like if you go to game week 69, because that's the next, because there's no J League 69, right here, J League. This is Hot Streaks. Yes, that's it. Well done. Well done, almost reals. So that's why I was prioritizing that. I don't know if winning a lot of essence, I don't know if winning enough essence each game week. And now again, you only get 2 rare lineups anyway. How do you choose whether to play for streak or leaderboard in MLS? Where did that question go? Came in from Twitch and then just disappeared. So if you go to Pro and MLS, that's Hot Streaks. Pro is Hot Streaks for MLS and J League and K League. And if you want in the leaderboard competition, you go to leaderboards, and then in the lobby there should be an MLS, and you see the one with cash on it. That's the one for leaderboard cash. And I clicked the wrong one. Hold on. Here we go. There's the leaderboard cash. So 2,000 in rare and 1,000 in limited. Streak lineups for me are unrewarding and boring. If you aren't hitting it, is just 4 dead lineups winning nothing. But if it's a bad week league-wide, you can still win on the leaderboard. That's fair. That's fair. There you go, Dave. And thanks for checking in from Twitch. I know most of the audience here for the English language ones are on YouTube, but hey, love everybody on Twitch too. So yeah, it's just I just can't get a full handle on what do I want to do. And again, it's like if I jump more into MLS, do I just want to focus on the leaderboard? You can win quite a bit playing streaks. And so I would probably do limited since I have limited lineups anyway. That's so crushing. Yeah, here we go. I thought I could see the other ones, but that's why I can't see the comments. Yeah, Yorkie, I can see them both, and so I try to bring them up on stream. And you can actually see the little Twitch logo that shows it where it's from. I'm so tempted to build a team for the special. I know a couple people. The Anion was one of them, and they won it, or they finished third. Only if the scores are there, though. Prem will feel like K League streak wise. It's no. It's not. Let's not do that. K League is on a whole different level. So yeah, but Yorkie, I guess the thing is with Prem, you could still do because I know you play rare. Your best lineup can still go in leaderboard and compete for the top. But you're actually now having to choose what truly your best lineup is, as opposed to just throwing all 4 in. And if the worst one hits, you still win. You can't luck box your way into it as much. I think it's a more skilled situation. Contest prioritization, I think is bigger. Oh yeah, I guess I only have Silva as my other goalie. That's a bummer. Pacho. Oh, why can't Jude play? Luis Diaz. Martin. And then we can play a classic Chouameni. I probably don't want to do that. Kavicha. It's kind of random, but whatever. Leaderboard rewards are massive with one division. I'm okay with it. If I was to get a second almost real, weren't you on? Maybe not. If I was to get up to second MLS rare lineup, I'd struggle to choose whether to put them both in leaderboards or split them. So I understand I don't think you'd struggle as much as you think you would. Like, it's not as much of a struggle, but I think it is important to do it, meaning to have the opportunity to, or even the requirement to choose. Let's see. We've got Porto at home against Force. Sorry, I'm doing my midweek lineups because they got to get done. Kiwior and Bednarik don't look nailed on. What's wrong with them? Did they get hurt this weekend? Dave said I would choose leaderboards or hot streaks and put both in the same thing. Like, you would do the same lineups, but like one in leaderboard and one in streaks. I would expect a good amount of rotation as usual for the Europa League match. That's disappointing. I wouldn't split. I'm not sure I follow because you have to. Oh, I would choose leader. So you would put all of them in one. Gotcha. Not have one or the other. I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, the upside for it, like when you enter hot streaks, the essence upside with the Grand Prix makes sense if they keep that going. Let's see. We've got Strasbourg away to Mainz. Is Amiri going to be back? Who knows? I guess we could do Strasbourg. Wow, Bernardeschi. This doesn't seem very fun. Oh, wait, was Pepe there? No. What a weird lineup that is. It's the lineup promotion to relegation. At the end of the day, I've won D1 twice this season with one division that goes to zero. At the end of the day, I won D1 twice this season with one division that goes to zero. I have looked back and checked. I have hit streak 0 times. I suppose from a selfish point of view, it means that next season's rules applied to this season, I would have won less. So, Yorkie, that's not necessarily true. Like, you can go back and look at the total leaderboard of, meaning I assume when you say your 2 D1 wins, you wouldn't have won because somebody in Division 2 and Division 3 were higher. It's totally different when everyone has only 2 lineups instead of 4. So it's possible that the lineups that beat you could have been in hot streaks and weren't even on the leaderboard. So I think comparing stuff like that to like a possible split like this doesn't make sense. Because there are too many variables that end up moving the goalposts, basically. What a terrible lineup this is. I still don't know if Amiri's back or not. So it's just you can forecast it that way, but saying I wouldn't have won this season because somebody in D2 scored more than me and now there's only one division. Like, I don't think it's apples to oranges. Let's see. Do I risk getting relegated? Racing are away. We don't have any odds there. I suppose I have to wait and see. I know what you're saying, but it's hard to have an opinion until it's in action. I think that's fair, though. I think it's fair not to have a huge opinion on it. Racing 60% to win. Tigres 56. Wow, CONCACAF Champions League is back. Tigres at home against Seattle, huh? River Plate, where are they? Oh, 71%. Okay. We know I have River Plate card. Oh my gosh, I'm getting relegated twice? Hold on. 2 all-star rare relegations? Say it ain't so. This one, oh wait, 77 points to safety, and I have Luka Modric away to Napoli. That seems bad. And this one has David Martinez playing tonight, 19 points to safety. So that one probably stays. But man, this one had a Theo Leone, huge, and Haspelat, huge disappointments. It's weird to see Westerlo win 2-0 and Haspelat not be involved at all. Unbelievable. Anyway, let's see what this could look like. Cambesa, Sosa, Segura. LAFC against Cruz Azul. Ooh, that's a fun one. No Montiel, no Paulo Diaz, and no Acuna. What happened to River Plate, man? Team arrives with momentum. And none of my players. Subiabre, Montiel out, Acuna suspended. Great. Maxi Mezes. Man. Whew. This gets ugly fast. Oh, we got a little midweek Danish Superliga. Daniel Voss. There's Paradella away to LAFC. Gori Iran. Not sure I want to do this. River plays Copa Libertadores in midweek. It's not Copa Libertadores. Isn't it Sudamericana? They didn't qualify for Copa. Yeah. Sudamericana. Very disappointing. Oh, and then they play Racing at the weekend. I miss Argentina on So Rare. Like new cards. No Juanfer. I'm not sure I do want to play All-Star all of a sudden. None of this seems fun. Oh, O'Higgins back in. Let's go. I'll definitely play him. And Subiabre. Yeah, I'm not sure this is good enough for Division 1 in All-Star. Might have to just go a bunch of arenas. Like when lineups come out. No, well, yeah, what's the Tigres lineup look like? God, Angulo's still out. All right. Guzman, Goriran, Brunetta, Linez. I just hate going against Seattle. Rusnak, Ferreira, Roldan, Tolo. Yeah. Oh, Fry. 90%. It's a tricky one. Very tricky. Do some. And these guys have low L10s, so they look just like ripe for arena. I'm going to have to take some time here and really figure this out, which I won't do on this stream here. All-Star Cap 260. So we had Guzman, Quarta, Brunetta, 58, wow. Espinoza, Nashville against Club America. Rusnak away to Tigres after getting rested. Urenki. That actually doesn't look so bad. Oh, Di Maria finally going to play. 69 L15. We've got 46 left if we play Di Maria. Looks like we are scrolling a while to find someone. Paradella 47. Oh. Here we go. Kino away to Carataro. There's Driuzzi. Oh, 55. Mayorga 41. That's no good. There's Subiabre. Adrian Martinez. Colombo. I'm just like endlessly scrolling here. Calidio 39. Bustos 80% at 37 L15. L10, excuse me. So the River Plate defensive stack. I don't know how I feel about that one either. Do you guys do this a lot? You like make full lineups and then just toss them? Beltran. Who else did I have? Oh, Subiabre was low. Oh, he was right there. And then Bustos I don't have in rare. Do I have any low L10 River Plate guys who are going to play? Calidio 39. And then I can play Sosa. Oh, and basically anybody. The amount of time I spend making lineups and then canceling, like just like being like, oh, I'll just look at this later. But like these, oh, he plays Tuesday night, so I won't have the River Plate lineup. LGP plays Wednesday, but an L10 of 64. Well, I get it actually doesn't hurt at all. Tuesday, Linus plays Wednesday, which means I can't play Brunetta if I play Calidio because I only have a Brunetta forward card. And then none of these guys are going to play. This is a tricky one. Pallavicino instead of Chouameni. No, he doesn't fit. 64. Oh, wait, because LGP is 64 also. We don't need that. This is reasonable. Haven't even looked at lineups for the midweek. Yeah, I don't. This is earlier than I normally do it, Yorkie. I was actually doing it more when the European competitions were deeper, meaning we had more teams. But now it's just like, how do I get out of here? Oh, that didn't solve my Tuesday problem. 70% Calidio, but he's a 39. I probably would actually rather play him than Subiabre. Or I would make Subiabre my bench spot if I had one. Paradella at LAFC. It's not the end of the world. But I don't know. I'm not ultimately thrilled about those. I'll do those tonight or tomorrow. I do Prem a few days in advance, the rest on the day. Yeah, so I do my in-season lineups a couple days in advance. I actually was going to do my Liga and Bayern ones for the weekend, but now that I'm starting back at 0, I'm just like, oh. But I guess Challenger, I'm going to the next streak. So I'll be going for the 3rd streak next week. But then it's like Sporting is coming off a midweek match. Benfica are coming off a midweek match, but Sporting are huge favorites. As are Braga, actually, and Porto. Where's Benfica? Here we go. Oh, they probably have the best matchup of the whole week. Match odds in 4 days. There's Sporting. Let's see, Challenger. So we have Sporting at 81%. Wow. Porto at 71%. Sporting, Porto. Benfica, we don't have odds for yet. I also have a Fenner stack. They're 65%. And then it was Braga, who also play midweek, 73. Yeah. Oh, man. I need this like next week. Or, I need to get to the third streak. Get the third streak. No. Did I just say I got the third? I need 400 here. Yeah, I'm still a ways away. But this is what I normally do with these guys. Did Pavlidis score this week? Is he? Gosh, guy's just ice cold. Oh no, he plays today. Never mind. Almost Real said, I've come to realize I would definitely rather spend more on one rare lineup than have 2 or 3 limited lineups. It's to each their own. There's Trincao. Batahoff's still out. That's a bummer. Oh, man. 85 against Gala. Didn't play. Stephen Welsh. Yeah, that's not going to work for me. I guess I could do this. Again, these games are not until this weekend. Çalhanoğlu's at Como. That's not great. Where's Baturina? Oh, same match. Modric at home against Udinese. That becomes kind of my top challenger lineup. Let's see what contender might look like. I only care about the leagues that I can actually advance. So Knoll is away. Simon against FCM. That's probably it. Simon, do I continue to Dynamo, Zagreb are big favorites? Or yeah. There's Getz. And then Mika Bauer. Or we go with the Dynamo Zagreb guys. Oh, this is Atik against Simon, which is not so fun. And then I guess I could play Dominguez, find someone else. Oh, Felipe. He's back. 66. So that was last midweek. There's JPH. Davidashvili. I have a lot to do. Anyway, I don't have to do this now. In fact, I think we're all done. We kind of looked at everything. But yeah, if you are someone who has figured out exactly how they want to do the leaderboard and hot streaks split, leave a comment below, get the conversation going, because I'm just so curious of what it is about each one that people want to prioritize. And so it's as simple as, just getting the conversation going. If you're looking for any more content from me, I do have my own YouTube channel. It's called Sorare with Laird. It also leads to my Patreon, which supports all the content I do. Patreon.com/Andrew M. Laird. It's called the Laird Social Club. We have a couple of different membership options. The lowest one is $5 a month, which compared to gems really isn't that much. So yeah, I ask you to check that out. Thank you very much for watching. If you could please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to Quinny. So yeah, I'll be back talking Sorare tomorrow over at Sorare with Laird on YouTube. And I'll be back on the Sorare Spotlight here on this channel next week. So good luck with all your midweek lineups. Good luck getting ready for the weekend, even though it's only Monday. And as always, please make sure you get outside.